Hi, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
So today our topic is the theme is climate change. So let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Silwen. My matrix number is 194389.
My name is Ling and my matrix number is 194845.
Okay, my name is Chantawe. My matrix number is 194391.
My name is Chong Shiwan. My matrix number is 194026.
My name is Chua Jim and my matrix number is 194850.
So our topic is greenhouse effect is the main cause of climate change. So let me explain briefly about the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is a naturally occurring process designed by the nature that aids in heating the Earth's surface and maintain the temperature of the Earth. However, if too much greenhouse gases trapped in the atmosphere can lead to climate change. What is the view of you guys?
I agree with your point because basically sun was the main sources of warming our ground. So when the sun reaches the earth, our ground will absorb the sun and warm our ground. And some of the sun also will reflect back to the atmosphere and absorbed by the atmosphere. So by this era, the greenhouse effect is getting severe, and the greenhouse gases are getting increasing. So the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere can absorb our sun or heat that reflect from the earth. So our heat cannot escape from our earth, and it will trap in our earth. So this make our temperature getting increased. So this will also cause climate change.
Actually, this phenomenon is named as greenhouse effect because of it share the same principle with the greenhouse. Greenhouse is purposely building customized made by glass, and then it will help in the planting plots, which means that when the heat is transmit through into the glass house, and then the plant will keep warm, and then even in the night the atmosphere is still warm, so it will helping the crops to grow up. But however, if our earth is like a glass house, the earth will keep warming warmer and warmer, and this will cause many consequence, and we cannot save our earth because it will warmer and warmer, and then maybe the iceberg will melt down, and then causing a lot of problems afterwards.
Okay, for me, I think climate is very important for every planet, and the greenhouse effect is the main cause that cause the climate change. For example, for the planet Mars, it has a very weak greenhouse effect, so that the surface is frozen and not suitable for living things to live. Meanwhile, for the Venus, it has too many greenhouse effect, and it causes the planet is too hot and not suitable for living things to live also. So greenhouse effect is a very severe severe cause that cause the climate change. So what do you guys think the cause that affect the greenhouse effect?
I think the main cause of the greenhouse effects is human activities, because human activities will contribute to many presence of greenhouse gases, which is carbon dioxide, nitric oxide, water vapor, and also chlorofluorocarbon.
As you know that the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide is absorbed by the green plant. So as human activities such as deforestation become more, this activity become increasing. So the more and more plants or trees are getting cut down, so that the carbon dioxide cannot be absorbed by the green plant. So deforestation also a cause that enhance the greenhouse effect.
Also, some of the workers, they want to saving the cost, So they directly burn down the forest. So this will emit more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere.
Furthermore, it also caused by the burning of the fossil fuels, because nowadays there are many cars, factory that will produce many products. Then by this process, it will emit a large amount of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere.
I think that another cause of the greenhouse effect is the increase of population. Because the increase in population means that there is increase in the food, cloth, shelter, and so on.
For instance, the meat we eat, we need a lot of animals for us to. So we have to cut down the forest and then to build the livestock farm. So when the amount of animals increase, the carbon dioxide that emitted also increase, and they will also emit gases which is methane, which will also contribute to the greenhouse effect.
And then because we need more food, so we need to plant a lot of plants in order to fulfill the human needs. So the fertilizers used also containing nitrogen, which can produce the nitrous oxide, which can cause greenhouse effects.
Yeah, I agree with you because with the increasing of the population, like we are release carbon dioxide more, because nowadays our population is getting around 7 billion to billions of people. So like we continue to exhale a carbon dioxide for our body. So and humans like cutting down the tree deforestation, and no plant is there, so the carbon dioxide to change it to oxygen. So maybe it causes the carbon dioxide is living and increasing in the atmosphere, because with all the carbon dioxide and nitrous oxide, like released by the fertilizer, is trapped in our atmosphere because it cannot be reflected back to outside the atmosphere. So it will cause the greenhouse effect is getting severe. So like maybe some of us will be feel hotter in the desert, so it cause drought. And maybe the greenhouse effect is, yeah, I agree with that. The greenhouse effect is caused by human activities, because like we need to be modernize our evolution, like industrial revolution. So we cut down the trees, build the industry, build the school, build everything. Like because like you can visualize the situation by playing some games. You know what the game Farmville, because like all the forests we cut down, we want to build our buildings, police station, fire station. So from the games we can know that, but the game is not teaching us about the greenhouse effect, but we had fun of cutting the deforestation, cutting the forest, because we earn the money, we deforest the forest. So actually we need to know that if we cutting down almost all the tree, it will cause so many effects for us. What's your view?
I agree with the point about the increasing population will cause the greenhouse effect, because nowadays the people are using the products such as air conditioner,
Yeah.
Insecticide, or the spray,
Hairspray.
hairspray, and so on. All of these things will emit some gas such as the chlorofluorocarbon that will affect or make the greenhouse effect more severe.
To the add-on, normally, basically nowadays our energy is generated by the burning of fossil fuel. So the burning of fossil fuel also, just like what you guys mentioned, will emit a lot of carbon dioxide. And the carbon dioxide will trap the heat, and then the heat cannot radiate to the space. So it will cause our Earth more warmer.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because I get some research that show that the carbon dioxide, there was about 270 parts billion billion volume of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere in the mid-19th century at the start of industrial revolution, because we start our industrial revolution at the mid of 19th century, and the amount is growing as burning fossil fuel, like as you say, release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So nowadays it is about 400 parts per million volume. This amount is quite high for our Earth, because we cannot support too much carbon dioxide in our Earth, because it's causing warm. You can imagine the situation if you lock yourself in a room and close all the window, and you in a room you have 4 to 5 people, and then you can stand for 4 to 5 hours, but you cannot stand for more than 4 to 5 hours, because you start to feel the heat. And you can also feel the situation of greenhouse effect if you lock yourself in the car without any aircon. So maybe you're getting heat stroke in the car, like just last week it happens, like the kegs in the cars. Yeah, it's getting hotter because the outside heat is trapped in the car, because the car is not reflecting out the heat from the outside, and the car is still releasing the carbon dioxide, so it's trapping in the car. So the car is getting heat stroke. So we can imagine the situation is getting worse. Eventually, just only the car. If you imagine if the world is getting warmer, the gases is not reflecting out. So we human will be like cat, that we're getting heat stroke, getting so many problems.
What do you think? I agree with Chua. Just now, Chua said that the climate change, the greenhouse effect will cause climate change, the glacier will melt, and then I think that when the glacier melt, this will increase the sea level, and then when the sea level of our world is increasing, this will cause many severe problems, like our agriculture crops. We plant maybe at the seaside, or this will cause the agriculture crop be destroyed by the flood. So that this will affect our economic also, because if the crop is ready for export, so that when our crop is being destroyed, our crop cannot be export to another country. So this will affect on our economic. Another point is when the flood is happen, this will cause the erosion of the soil also. The soil will the soil will lost the nutrient, so that the next coming harvesting season, we cannot plant our tree easily, because the nutrient inside is not enough for the plant to grow up. So I think that the causes of the climate change is very severe.
Yeah, I agree with you, because the melting of glaciers, iceberg like that, is not only causing the crops not growing, but it's also caused the effect to human ourselves, because the sea level is increasing year by year. As we can know, the greenhouse effect is getting warmer, so the iceberg, ice caps, and glaciers is melting down. So we know the sea level is rising. I get the resources from the 1993. The sea level is increasing 3.1 millimeter, and now the sea level is increasing 7 centimeters by its average. So this means our Earth is getting more and more water. It's because the sea level is increasing. But okay. So the next one is that the rising of sea levels will cause the flood at the coastal cities, especially like the Tokyo city, because it's near to the sea. So if it's getting tsunami, maybe the city will be destroyed. So we know that it's not also causing problems to the crop, but it's also causing the problem to ourselves. So we creating the problem. The problem is getting want to destroy ourselves, because the sea level is rising, warmer, so everything is back to ourselves.
I would like to add something here because I also saw from one research, right? You guys know that one island very popular is called Maldives, right?
Maldives no islands. It is
Uh,
a country.
okay, country. And then I saw that on the research, right? The Maldives will be, how to say, will be
Will be gone.
will be gone because of the flood, because of our sea level rise, and then I think if I'm not mistaken, in 30 years time, the island will be gone because of the sea level rise. So this also caused by the greenhouse effect.
Siwei?
I think the transportation nowadays also lead to the causes of the greenhouse effect because the vehicles increase nowadays and the vehicle will release a lot of carbon dioxide, which is one of the main greenhouse gases contributing to the greenhouse effect.
Actually, our ocean is helping us to absorb more carbon dioxide, but because our carbon dioxide is too much for the ocean to absorb, so when the ocean absorbs the carbon dioxide, the ocean will become acidic, and this will cause the sea anemone to extinct and will become bleachers, and it will turn white color. So this will affect our ecology, and maybe in the next century we already cannot see the sea anemone and maybe other species. So this will cause very severe consequences to our future.
To add on, I think if this condition is continuing, the sea animals will decrease in large amount, because when this happens, the people in the future will have the crisis to have lack of protein because of the lack of fishes.
Because fish also our source of protein. If they lost their habitat, so that we also in the future our young generation also will lack of the source of protein, such as fishes. So what is your point?
I agree with you.
I think the main cause of the greenhouse effect is because humans they want to achieve their goal without considering the consequence. So they just use the non-renewable energy to produce more energy for themselves. Actually, there is also got renewable energy like the windmill, is it? Windmill to produce the electricity, but it's expensive. But people don't want to contribute some monies to promote this kind of renewable energy. So this will cause our earth become sick. So actually there is a cure for this problem, but people just want to take advantage on the resources on our earth. But actually this kind of resources will extinct one day. So we have to appreciate what we have, and we have to use more eco-friendly ways to produce the energy.
Okay. Who wants to add on more? Okay. Seems like everyone already come up with their own ideas, so now we are going to come up with a conclusion. So all of us is agree with our focus question, which is the greenhouse effect is the main cause of the climate change. So this is supported by our point just now, which is the greenhouse effect become more severe because of the human activities such as deforestation, increased population, burning of fossil fuels, and so on. Therefore, these causes will enhance the greenhouse effect, which is directly cause the climate change. So that's all. We end our discussion here. Thank you.